Hi. I was cheated on, but that's okay. I'm getting ready to see some friends, so I'm going to be doing my hair, but I just wanted to sit down and talk, because it sucks. When I say that he is truly the last person that I ever expected to do this, I sincerely mean it. Anyway, welcome to my channel. I was in a relationship with this person for nearly 11 months. And I know that I should have brushed my hair before I start using this, but I decided to film a video, so this is what's happening. I met him when we were actually both in a very vulnerable place. Hi, sorry, I changed it. We met when we were both in a very, very vulnerable place, which sucks because when you meet someone and you're in a vulnerable place and they help you get better, when you grow from each other, that relationship is just so much more meaningful. It just really sucks. I don't know why I keep repeating that, like you don't believe me. I just remembered something. It sucks because I have really, really, really strong morals, and I was going against them. Even though I lied to myself, pretended like I wasn't. I was. One thing that I always tell people when they're in toxic relationships, and I guess, fuck, I don't want to cry. At the time, I haven't cried yet, by the way, so that's fun. At the time, I didn't realize that it was a toxic relationship. I think part of me did. Part of me definitely knew, but I'd seen his progression so much, so I just wrote it off. But one thing that I very much believe in is if you're in a toxic relationship and you know that it's toxic and you stay in it even though you know that it's toxic, it's only gonna get worse. It sucks because he knew me better than anyone else and I knew him better than anyone else, but I still never in a million years saw this coming. And he's been cheated on in the past and he was so hurt, and our relationship was the healthiest one he's ever been in, and I know that he loves me so much, but I need to stop saying that. I need to stop saying that I know that he loves me, because that's making excuses for him. I'm gonna keep doing my hair because when I do my hair I'm not talking, so I'm not crying. I might move down to my dad's. I live in New South Wales and my dad, he lives in Victoria. Also, I just thought of something else. Oh my god, he would constantly be worried that I was gonna cheat on him or that I was cheating on him or something like that. Like, my best friend Angelina, he was always so sus of her because I don't know. There was this one time when I had been in hospital and I had these sticky patches on and they're so hard to get off, so they left some residue on my skin, and I sent him a photo and he immediately just, even though I told him what they were after he asked, he immediately just assumed that they were hickeys and thought that I was cheating on him. I'm going out with some friends and I cannot cry because I did my makeup, and this is the first time in a really long time that I actually like my makeup. So I downloaded Tinder. I have never used Tinder before. Just trying to distract myself, you know. There's only been two things in my life that have made me feel truly safe. One of them is diving. I remember I first fell in love with diving when I went on a school immersion to Cape York, and on our last day we only did one touristy thing and snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef. And I remember just thinking, this is what I want to do. And that whole immersion, I was in such a fucked mental state. It was actually after that immersion that I developed my eating disorder. So I was at my heaviest weight on that immersion. And then on the last day, we went snorkeling, and I felt free, and I felt weightless, and I just felt calm, and like I was part of that environment, and I realized that's what I wanted to do with my life. Fuck, don't fucking cry, no! Oh god. Yeah. So I got back, and my parents, they'd always dived. Always. That's how they met their friend group. They cave dive, actually. And so they'd always go away on trips cave diving, and I'd obviously go with them. And so I just grew up around divers, and I was always kind of scared of the water. I did nippers when I was little. And the beach that I live at, it is either 0 or 100. It's either flat or fucking surf, man. And so I kind of hated nippers. I've always been on the overweight side, so I didn't have any friends either. I've decided that I want to swear off boys, go back to my roots, being gay. The guy that I dated, he was the exact opposite of my type, and one of the main characteristics of my type is female. When it comes to dating, I either go for masculine females or feminine men. I think my brain still hasn't fully processed that, like, he cheated on me multiple times for months, all while telling me that he loved me more than anything and that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me, and that his heaven is me falling asleep on his chest. I don't really believe in rebounds. That's not true, and that didn't make sense. Of course, like, rebounds, but I don't know how to explain it. I obviously don't necessarily need a relationship, and I am very, very happy to go through a hoe phase because I haven't yet. And I would love to. That sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know. I think this is what everybody does, I guess. Just go with the flow. If something happens, then something happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't have any focus. I was cheated on. My dad, he lives in Victoria. If you're not familiar with the layout of the country of Australia, I live in New South Wales, and my dad, he lives in Victoria. He recently moved down to the Victorian Alps, and it is truly the most beautiful place I've ever been in my entire life. And honestly, the only thing that was keeping me here was because I was with my boyfriend. That was the only reason that I was here. Rather than going to a place that is the most beautiful thing in the entire world, I've had mental breakdown over mental breakdown because I want to live down there, but I couldn't bear to leave him and be 8 hours away. And now I can. If I want, I can go down and I can live there. I can live in the most beautiful place in the world. So maybe I should be thanking him. Because I never would have been able to end things with him. In fact, the thing that's so fucked is after finding out about the first time, I was ready to forgive him and try and work on the relationship. And then I found out that it had lasted from like October to January. For a month of it, I was in hospital as well, which makes it like even more fun. Fuck. I was ready to forgive him. I can't believe that. I'm such a hypocrite. I am such a fucking hypocrite. Because if anybody else was in my place, I would immediately tell them to get that person out of their life. I've ended things with him. One thing that I was literally talking to my friend about. Why is my part always so terrible? It's because I don't part my hair, I just let it. Damn. Answering my own questions. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite. And that's pretty much it. I love pretty much it. Fuck. I'm not good at doing hair, if you can't tell from this video and my dyeing my hair video. I also keep forgetting that there's literally a mirror right here. I don't have to look at my phone. I met his mum! I stayed... He's originally from Orange, right? When he was in hospital, I went and I visited him. And I stayed with his fucking mother for multiple days. Just me and her, like at night. I have top 1 percentile crippling anxiety and I fucking did that for him. Dude, he was begging me to fucking meet his brothers and come up. He was fucking begging me to meet his brothers. Oh, fuck. I told my parents about him. And I know that is such a, like a regular thing to do. Like, why am I making such a big of telling my parents about a significant other? I tell my parents jack shit, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. Oh my god. He was already fucking her when I told my parents. And he knew what a big deal me telling my parents was. It's humorous at this point. It's honestly fucking funny. Like, a bitch got played. I gave him my whole fucking world. Anytime he got angry at me for absolutely nothing. In fact, story fucking time. And I will insert videos. There was a night when I was on FaceTime with Ange and I decided to draw a smiley face on my toe because I knew that she wasn't looking at her phone and looking at the FaceTime. So I drew a smiley face on my toe and stuck it up to the camera to see how long it would take for her to realize that it wasn't my face and it was my toe. I thought this was fucking funny. So did Ange. I then proceeded to turn the face into King Julian, and on 2 other toes, I drew Maurice and Maud. I am an artist. I am a fucking artist. And so I posted something on my story like, new collection just dropped, Madagascar series out now, let me know what I should do next. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm thinking about doing the Minions next. Hey guys, new collection just dropped. It's the Madagascar collection. So we have King Julian, Maurice, and Mort, of course. So yeah, hit me up in my DMs for personalized requests. I'm thinking of doing the Minions next. Kind of funky, kind of quirky. Anyway, yeah, hit me up and we'll talk about prices for the personalized toe drawings that you want. I put that on my story, right? Like, it's not like a super funny thing, but I found it funny. I was laughing, Ange was laughing, my friend Julian was laughing, like, and he got so mad at me. So mad at me. Like, he wouldn't talk to me for 3 days. He sent me a shirtless photo and said, what if I posted this on my story? What if I posted this on my story? And then asked people to pay money to see more photos like this. And the thing that's even more fucked up is I apologized. Even though I jokingly said, like, new collection just dropped, like, DM me for personalized toe drawings, like, I apologized to him. I was like, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry that I betrayed you, like. Also, I just want to clarify something real quick. I had a private Instagram account at that time. Like, it's not like I was posting this video to a bunch of people that I didn't know that might actually pay for something like that. I had a private Instagram account. I specifically put on that voice and those mannerisms to jokingly act like one of those influencers that would do something like that, but just make it so over dramatic and so ridiculous. Like, I'm thinking of doing the Minions collection next. And I later actually realized that he messaged that video saying something like,
oh, let me get in on that deal, baby girl, like your boyfriend doesn't have to know. And then he proceeded to get so angry at me that he didn't speak to me for 3 days. And to be fair, after that, I was so scared and I was so confused that I started blowing up his phone, just begging him to tell me what I'd done wrong because I didn't understand, and profusely apologizing. And I understand that he needed space and time. But yeah, it was a private Instagram account. I don't want you thinking that it was going out to a bunch of people that I didn't know. Like, it was... just sucks.
That's so fucked up, man. Like, that's not even funny. That's not even funny. It's just, it's humorous at this point. It's fucking hilarious. Thoughts, suggestions? Where is my mask gay? Where is she? I need a good mask gay would fix everything. Absolutely everything. It's like coconut oil. It just fixes everything. Oh. Yeah, so back to whatever I was talking about. I actually have no idea what I said before all of everything that I said. Yeah, no. There was that first time, and that went on for a while. And then he literally, oh my god. Also, the fact that I had dreams that this happened, like I had dreams about this exact situation multiple times. And most of them were when he was with the first girl. Well, I know that one for certain, one that was like the worst one, it literally like happened around the time that he cheated on me the second time. He was at a gig and he specifically told me that there was a girl with really cool hair. Like, he specifically told me, oh, there's a girl with like really cool blue hair. She looks like, I can't remember what her name is. This girl, but with blue hair, right?
The fact that I was on the phone with him in that screenshot, and it was like 11:20, like just before he went home with her, and he told me that there was this girl with the blue hair that was hitting on him, and I was like, you told her that you have a girlfriend, right? And he's like, yeah, I turned her down. And so I jokingly photoshopped my face onto that, and he was like, oh, that would look great on you, like jokingly, you know what I mean? That's so fucked up. Like, as he said, no, I turned her down, like, it's all good, and then he goes home and fucks her. It's so funny. And he said, oh yeah, and she was kind of hitting on me, and I was like, oh, but you like told her that you have a girlfriend, right? And you don't want anything. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do anything with her. I didn't do anything with her. Like, we were just chatting, like I told her and everything like that, and she backed off immediately. He fucked her! I was like forgiving him, like asking him like what he wants out of it and stuff like that. He just said, it happened again. And I was like, what? And he said, I went to a gig one time, and immediately I was like, the blue-haired girl. And he was like, bitch, I got that intuition, but I'm too fucking dumb to use it. Okay, so one other thing is, I have always wanted to dye my hair pink. If anybody remembers the band Hey Violet, I looked back on the photos and I don't actually like her hair as much, but the lead singer, she had this short pink hair and I was obsessed with it. I was like, that is the hair that I want. So I asked my dad, what would you do if I dyed my hair pink? And he said that he would kick me out. Obviously jokingly, but like, I didn't do it. I did dye my hair purple though, because the thing that he was mad about was the bleach. He didn't want me to bleach my hair because he'd seen how badly bleach can damage people's hair. So I loopholed it. I just used the dye that I used in the last video and dyed this color. You saw, if you've seen the last video, you know that it's a very, very strong color. I dyed it that color. I didn't have to bleach it. Everything was fine. I have just always wanted pink hair, right? The reason that I didn't dye my hair pink is because his most significant and very, very, very abusive ex had pink hair for a lot of their relationship, to the fact that people would call them Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Even though he wouldn't have cared if I dyed my hair pink, my brain was like, I am not doing anything that could possibly remind him of this girl because she was so terrible to him. And now I can dye it pink. Again, I always could, but my mental state was just always trying to protect him when
me dyeing my hair pink has nothing to do with him and is not his choice whatsoever. I think that would be really good clickbait. Dyeing my hair pink because I got cheated on and I can now. My hair is done, I think. I don't really like it. And I gotta find an outfit that I like. Cause I'm going down to the local pub with some friends. Dude, this literally happened, what, 5 hours ago? Why do I always give people rings? Like, I always give a significant other a ring and then we break up like a month later. Less. This has happened twice now. That's not funny. God, stop doing this. I give them a ring because I found it. I give them a ring because I love my rings so much and I want to show them how much I love them. So I give up something that is so precious to me and then we fucking break up. Nah, the ring looked good on him though, so I'm glad he has it. I'm gonna go put my rings on now. I'm back to the bathroom. Sorry that this lighting is so shitty. I would turn on the big light, but I don't think that's gonna be any better. Okay, that's a lot better. I'm just fucking stupid. That was horrible. I regret doing that just then, that pose. That's my biggest regret in life. Not everything else I've said in this video, simply doing that pose. That is my biggest regret. All time #1 biggest regret. No, but yesterday, this ring, it's my lucky charm, right? I dropped it like inside my car, like not just like where the seats are and stuff, like actually into like where the gearbox is. And somehow my mum found it and I slept all of yesterday because it was like the final straw that broke the camel's back, right? Losing this ring. I went to Sunrise yesterday morning, lost this ring, and although I was in one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, one of the most beautiful places in the world, a place that always makes me happy, I was sitting there fucking bawling. And I told him that I'd lost this ring and everything like that. I slept all of yesterday. It's really bad to say this, but every time I woke up, I just took more of my sleeping medication and went back to sleep. And then I woke up this morning to him saying that he has something to tell me, and yeah, now we're here. Looking at the hair now, actually not on camera, it looks way less brassy IRL, and I kind of like it, and that's good. Everything's kind of shitty right now. But it's gonna get better. Worst case, I move to the mountains, which I am so lucky. That is actually an option that I have. I love the mountains so much. Again, this is the most beautiful place in the entire world. Whenever I have to do mindfulness, like every single time I've ever done mindfulness, I've ended up crying. I've ended up sitting there, just silently bawling. One of the most significant times, I like refused to go to any mindfulness sessions, and then my friend was like, come to mindfulness with me, and I'm like, I will cry, and he's like, I haven't seen you in that state before, so now I want to see you in that state. And that was kind of rude, Sean, what the fuck? But I went, and it was really good that I went, and I wanted to go to all the other ones, but there wasn't any after. I missed all the other ones. I remember we were doing a meditation, and they were specifically talking about imagine a mountain, and then imagine that you're a mountain and you're just watching the world pass you by, and you've got all this strength, but you're so gentle. Strength and gentleness. Fuck! Strength and gentleness was the motto at the first high school that I went to, the nunnery as we like to call it. Would not recommend. Anyway, so be this mountain and feel yourself just this strong, mighty mountain, and just ground yourself and everything like that. And the whole time I was just picturing this mountain called Mount Buffalo, which is the big mountain where my dad lives. And again, as I said, it is the most magical place I have ever been to in the entire world. No other place has ever given me the feeling that that mountain does. I've talked to multiple other people who live there, and they've all said the same thing to me unprompted, that there is something magical about that place.
I'll insert some photos. And I was just crying because I wanted to be there so bad. I wanted to just live there. But I couldn't because I was so in love with this person that I couldn't bear to be even further away from them than I already was. So I was just breaking down about that. And now I can do whatever I want. I should have been able to do whatever I want before, but I felt like I couldn't. I didn't want to disappoint him, or I didn't want to be anything other than what he thought I was. I would never talk about pop culture around him because he just hates that. And I remember I said, don't be fucking rude, like a couple of times, and he would get so mad every time I sent that. I sent him the gif of that, and he said that if I didn't stop sending him that, he'd block me. Also, I did purple eyeshadow to match my hair. That's like not healthy. And I knew that at the time, but I was too scared to lose him to say anything. If you can't tell, I'm a little bitch. I want a dog so bad. My cats, they're down and bright. That is a massive factor as well. My mental health has really been deteriorating lately. When my parents separated, my dad moved down to Victoria and my mum stayed in the same suburb that we were, but she lives in an apartment, so we can't have pets. And the cats going down to stay with my dad was the right call for them. Don't get me wrong, Jet is very much an outdoors cat and he wouldn't have coped in an apartment, and it's also just such a nice environment for them as well. And I think that my dad probably needed them more than my mum did. He's a very solitary person, but I think he still needed something. I don't know. Anyway, since I haven't had my pets, I haven't had a comfort animal or anything, or a support animal. So whenever I was going through a breakdown, I'd be going through it alone. Ever since we got the cats. We got them around Christmas 2008, so I was 5. And the Christmas tree was up, and when we first got home, Safi, my little baby, at first they both just hid under the Christmas tree consistently. They were just under the Christmas tree because obviously very closed off, nobody can get them there. But Jet, and he's done this my whole life, ever since having him, even when I was really little. Like, I cried because they were under the Christmas tree and I thought that they didn't like me. And as soon as I'd ever start to cry, Jet would immediately be there. A lot of the times before I even knew that I was about to cry, Jet would be there. He would be there to comfort me before anybody else knew that I was upset. Sometimes even myself. And so not having him is really, really tough. So that's another reason that I should move down. I don't really know why I'm still talking, what I'm doing. What time is it? Yeah. Not thriving. It is 5 o'clock. I'm meeting my friends at 7. Sorry, this lighting is so shit. I don't know where to get better light. This isn't the best light, but it's the best I've got, I think. I'm not sure. Sorry that this has been all over the place. It's kind of just been for me to just ramble and talk about nothing while also talking about everything. So I don't know what this is, but if you watched this, thank you for watching. The dryer! The dryer isn't on this time. It might be, but I'm not downstairs, so I wouldn't know. Yay! Maybe the audio is okay in this video. No, it's not, because I was using the fucking hairdryer. I tried so hard not to talk when I was using the hairdryer, specifically for the sound, but I'm sure I fucked up at points. Anyway, I made this video because some shit happened. I got cheated on, and as painful as it is, it's okay. The thing that sucks the most isn't even about him. It's about me and my fucked up brain. The most fucked up part is that even though he did this all to me, my brain forgives him. Because that's how much I love him. And that really fucking sucks. Because he was so toxic. But of course, all my brain remembers is the good times. And how much I love him. So it really sucks to see just how powerless my brain is over this. I got cheated on. And it's not okay. But it's going to be. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope that you're well. If not, I hope that it gets better. I truly hope that you have a wonderful day, and you have to remember that bad shit is gonna happen. That's just part of life. It's about how you get through it. Thank you for listening to me talk about jack shit for however long this video goes for. Thanks.